You're watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Despite the stiff opposition of Catholic bishops, Austria has given legal sanction to assisted suicide. The new law that was passed last month came into effect on New Year's Day, in spite of the head of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the country warning that the law contains unacceptable flaws. As per the new law, underage children and mentally ill patients cannot seek assisted suicide. The head of the Episcopal Conference, Archbishop Franz Lachner, expressed concern that those who seek assisted suicide are only examined by two doctors, instead of seeking the intervention of a clinical psychologist or psychiatrist. He said that this makes assisted suicide a trivial medical prescription, as well as Austria, Belgium, France, Spain, Switzerland and the Netherlands have also legalized assisted suicide. Dr. Thomas Heine-Geldern, Executive President of Pontifical aid organisation Aid to the Church in Need, has decried the growing intolerance towards Christianity in the West and the rise in religious persecution around the world. In a statement detailing the work done by the outfit, he pointed out that reports of religious persecution and violence come out on a daily basis, adding that priests, religious and lay people are being killed, kidnapped or abused as they carry out their service. He also noted that the situation of believers in Nigeria and India is of grave concern. In the report, Dr. Heine-Geldern also states that the nations in the Sahel region of Africa and Mozambique's Cabo Delgado province are a breeding ground of terrorism. The report also says that in countries where terrorists are targeting Christians, the local church is facing an uphill task in providing aid to displaced people. In spite of stiff oppression by the communist government, the church in Vietnam is vibrant and flourishing. Amid many regulations and restrictions imposed by the authorities and churches, the faith continues to grow in the nation. It was a Christmas gift for the parish of Sapa in Hung Hoa Diocese, where as many as 28 children received the sacrament of confession and their first Holy Communion last week. It was after attending a 3-year catechism course that the children received Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. During the Holy Mass, Father Peter Pham Tan Bin, the vicar of the parish, exhorted the parents of the children to lay the foundations of faith, so that they live in union with God through the sacrament of the Eucharist. After the ceremony, the children were given green scarves, symbolising hope and growth. The parish is a vibrant community, and among the things that make it special is the fact that at least 30 young people are baptised there every year. During the annual Mass for Life on the Feast of the Holy Innocents, Archbishop Michael Miller of Vancouver in Canada flayed those who defend abortion and euthanasia. The prelate compared today's governments, professions and the media who support crimes against life in Canada to King Herod's slaughter of the innocents more than 2,000 years ago. During the homily preached in the Cathedral of the Holy Rosary, he decried that innocent children can be ruthlessly eliminated to satisfy the will of the powerful, just like how Herod, who was pitiless and insecure, ordered the massacre of all children under the age of 2 in Bethlehem. He reminded believers that to be Christian is to opt for life against the dominion of death. The prelate also quoted Pope Francis, who said that abortion is murder and whoever carries it out kills. The situation in Sudan is going from bad to worse. As per the reports of the Central Committee of Sudanese doctors, 5 people were killed in the nationwide protest against a military coup on December the 30th, while the police said that 4 were killed in Omdurman and 297 demonstrators and 49 police were wounded. The Doctors' Association said that a 5th person was killed after being hit in the chest by a tear gas canister. To make matters worse, Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok announced his resignation on Sunday, leaving the military with complete control of the government. On October the 25th, the military seized power from Mr. Hamdok, who was initially placed under house arrest. Later, a pact was made between civilian leaders and the army to share power, with Mr. Hamdok being reinstalled as Prime Minister to facilitate the country's transition to democratic rule. Since the coup, massive pro-democratic protests have been taking place across the African country. In Nigeria, Fulani jihadists gunned down 2 Christians and injured another as they were returning from a carol service during the Christmas holidays. The trio was travelling on motorbikes in Plateau State when they were ambushed by Fulanis. According to International Christian Concern, the deceased are 33-year-old Gideon Amba and 16-year-old Laraba Sunday. Hundreds of Christians have been killed in ambushes in the country, with governments doing little to address the issue. Speaking to international Christian concern, Musa Avia Aga of the Irigwe Rukuba Plateau State House of Assembly said that the government hasn't condemned the attacks, nor has it found any lasting solution to tackle the violence. United Nations agencies have reported that Latin America and the Caribbean are confronting a spike in hunger. As per the Regional Overview of Food Security and Nutrition 2021 report published in November, as many as 59.7 million people in the region suffered from hunger in 2020. That is a 30% increase compared to the previous year. As per the report, the future looks bleak for the region. Across the region, 41% of the population, or around 267 million people, face moderate or severe food insecurity. Between 2014 and 2020, the number of people suffering from hunger went up by 18 million. The countries which suffer most from hunger in Latin America and the Caribbean are Haiti, Venezuela, Guatemala and Nicaragua. In Poland, a man who allegedly damaged the facade of a church on Christmas Eve has been arrested. The district prosecutor's office's spokesperson in Warsaw said that the suspect, who vandalised the facade of the Church of the Holy Cross with red paint, was arrested on December the 31st. Charged with damaging the building, the suspect has been placed in pre-trial detention for 3 months. If found guilty, he could be punished with up to 8 years imprisonment. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.